this small cluster represent $1 million. This is 10 million. This is 100 million. And this massive volume is $1 billion. Jeff Bezos holds a net worth roughly 117 times this entire baseline. Then there is your reality. You likely hold a degree, carry a sizable student debt, and work a job where living expenses seem to consume almost everything you manage to earn. When observing billionaires, especially those who reach that status at a young age, it's easy to assume they got lucky, cheated the system, or were simply born into wealth. This chart shows data from a WealthX report on the world's ultra-wealthy, those with a net worth over $30 million. It reveals that 68% of these individuals are self-made. Warren Buffett, a self-made billionaire. Oprah Winfrey, born poor, self-made billionaire. Sarah Blakely, self-made billionaire. If the path to extreme wealth isn't solely reserved for those born into it, it suggests the existence of a specific logic, a set of rules for money that the standard school system simply doesn't teach. This is the two-dimensional path most follow. Wealth equals salary multiplied by time. If you earn $20 an hour working a 40-hour week, it takes nearly 24 years to reach $1 million. That assumes no living expenses, no taxes, and zero inflation over those 2 decades. In reality, that million is reduced to a fraction of its size before you even touch it. By the time you amass any real wealth on this path, you've spent your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your time. Trading hours for a paycheck mathematically guarantees you stay on the losing side of the economy. In a capitalist society, you're paid in proportion to the value the market perceives in you. A cleaner works a tiring physical job every day, yet the market pays minimum wage because their job is easy to learn and quickly replaceable. An accountant earns vastly more because they have specialized knowledge that is harder to find. They provide a service that can save a client thousands of dollars, making their perceived value much higher. This scales even further in entertainment. A professional football player earns millions because there is a massive global market for the sport, driving the perceived value of the top players to extreme levels. To command significant wealth, you must provide a service or skill the global market perceives as highly valuable and difficult to replace. The most effective way to increase that perceived value is to stop looking for money and start looking for problems. Capital naturally flows toward the relief of friction, inconvenience, and frustration. Jeff Bezos identified the massive friction in traditional retail, the inconvenience of travel and slow delivery, and engineered a system to solve it. Proportionality is key. Solving a $1 million frustration for a few people yields millions, but solving a $1 billion problem for the entire market yields billions. Money is simply the byproduct of becoming a highly effective problem solver for the market. The final multiplier needed to escape the traditional workforce is infinite scale. Consider a yoga teacher charging $100 an hour. They may have high value, but they have no scale. They have simply created a new job for themselves. They are caught in a time trap. Their income has a hard ceiling because it is strictly limited by the hours they can physically work in a day. Infinite scale requires decoupling your income from your time. This means building software, creating franchises, or implementing automated processes that serve a massive audience 24/7 without your active presence. Unless your solution can be fully automated or outsourced, you lack the leverage required to generate extreme wealth. When you combine a high-value problem with infinite scale, you reach a liquidation event. This is the moment the market buys the automated solution you spent years building. This is exactly what happened when Instagram was acquired for $1 billion, or when PayPal was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. In that PayPal acquisition, $165 million went directly to Elon Musk. These massive payouts represent the direct mathematical consequence of applying scale to a successfully solved problem. The final output of this equation was never really about paper currency or digital numbers on a screen. It is about the utility of that money, the total elimination of financial anxiety, and the ability to do what you want, when you want, without ever asking if you can afford it. Time is our only truly finite resource. A life spent in a repetitive cycle of work and sleep is a life lost to that pattern. Stop chasing money. Abandon the broken 2D equation of trading hours for a paycheck. Build a scalable solution so you can finally buy back your freedom.